I realized last night that I'm actually nervous for a gig for the first time in probably like 10 years. So I'm just about to leave for my gig today, and I realized last night that I'm actually nervous for a gig for the first time in probably like 10 years. There's two reasons for that. One, it's been a couple months since I DJ'd, which is fine. Once I get into the groove, that'll be no big deal. And two, actually relates to crowd size. Now, normally you would think that like a big crowd size would make a DJ nervous, but this one that I'm doing today is actually just 30 people, which to me is more nerve-wracking than 1,000 people. The reason being is basically like getting a packed dance floor is a lot more difficult. It's sort of like if you were to fish in a pond with 1,000 fish versus fishing in a pond with 10. The chances of you actually grabbing a fish and pulling them out is a lot less in the pond with less fish. So I look at the dance floor sort of the same way. If you have less people, it's harder to play to the majority, and that's kind of our job. If you have less people, a less sample size, then you have more different kinds of people. So people that enjoy different genres of music, for instance. And that's kind of what's made me nervous. Obviously, these weddings are going to be a little bit smaller during COVID times, and I'm hoping that as time goes on here, as we get the vaccines out and as more people feel comfortable going out, we're going to start seeing larger weddings again, because these smaller ones are just so much more difficult to play to. I think it's time for a new vehicle. It's not unusual to have nerves as a DJ, especially if you're just starting off. Over the years, my nerves have gone away, but my stress level has gone up. The reason for that is because I think about what could go wrong, and I try to do things in order to make sure that those things can't go wrong. So whether it's having the right equipment, having backup equipment, I have backups for my backup for my backup. I have 2 computers I take with me, an extra hard drive with music on it. I got a full extra DJ rig, an extra mixer. Anything that can go wrong, I have backup for. And that's kind of what I do to mitigate any kind of, I guess, stress. It's more stress than nerves. Because the less stressed you are on the day, the less nervous you are on the day, the better you're gonna perform. I remember when I first started DJing, I think I was 11 years old, and I just remember being terrified of the mic. I was terrified that I wouldn't have the right music. Back then I was on CDs, so if you didn't have a song, you just didn't have the song. You couldn't go quickly download it or connect to the internet and buy it off iTunes or whatever it is. If you forgot a song, you were stuck without the song. So that was what I was most nervous about, talking on the mic, having the right music, knowing when to play the right music, that kind of thing. Now as time has progressed, as I've gotten better as a DJ, that's definitely less of a worry. I know what to play, I know how to play it, I know how to mix, I know what I'm doing. So now it's just all about like equipment failure or car failure. Like this year, I'm getting a new van. I've had this van for 10 years, and although it hasn't died on me yet, I mean, we gotta be getting close to it dying. So this year, plan is, overexposed. Plan is get a new van. That'll get rid of that stress. So I guess the bottom line is that if you're a newer DJ and you're nervous, don't worry, those nerves will go away over time. You'll still feel a little nervous before gigs. I kind of feel like if you're not nervous, then you just don't care enough. So the nerves are good. Embrace the nerves. Use them to get the adrenaline going and get you in the zone and go out and kill the gig. The anxiety level before the gig was through the roof when I first started, and that is completely normal. So if you're feeling nervous before a gig, embrace it. Know that later that those nerves will slowly go away and you'll get better at your craft. This is the mansion here. That's my door in. Pretty easy load in. Basically gonna be running 3 rigs today. right over there is the gazebo where we'll be doing the ceremony. And I'll be set up right there for ceremony sound. Here's our setup. That's obviously the gazebo up there, and I am set up back here out of the way. Somebody was asking me if we use these speakers, and so I decided just to pull this one out for this gig. That's the DSP version. Kind of look like QSCs. They look really nice. They're a little bright in the top end, so we usually dial them back a little bit, but after you do that, they sound great. And this is just the DDJ 800. Definitely overkill, but so simple to set up. We just put it on a tray jack, and then all the cables are already self-contained. You just hook the mic up, and you're ready to go. All right, we're all set up now. I'm just going to move my vehicle. I've got about a half hour before I need to put on ceremony music. Everything is ready to go, though. So basically, the way this venue is set up is there's the dining room area where people are going to eat. We'll cut cake there, do grand entrance there. Then there's the dancing area that's next to the bar. And then there's the courtyard area where the gazebo is, where the ceremony takes place. So instead of moving too much stuff around, I just set up 3 different setups. And then I'll move the one speaker over from the ceremony site into the dining room area to do cocktail hour. And then after dinner, we'll move into the dancing area and get things going there. So it's just a lot of extra setup.
To introduce Mr. and Mrs. Tyler Robinson.
All right, here's the current situation. I had to put the book over top of my laptop because the sun was coming in through this window and was making it extremely hot, so I got a little bit nervous, and I just put the book over top to kind of block the sun a little bit. Also makes it really hard to read the screen.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, please make some noise for your bride group this evening. For the second time as a married couple, I present to you Mr. and Mrs. Tyler Robinson.
To Brianna and Tyler, may your lives be full of love and jokes and dancing, and may you want for nothing but each other's company.
Once again, let's make some noise for your bridal party this evening.
So the ironic thing is that after we get through all of those like formal stuff, all of my stress level is just gone. Once you get through like the names and setup and getting here and making sure that you actually arrive, get here on time, you have the right equipment, all of the stress level just drops. And the main course smells so good. Looks really good too. One of my favorite parts of DJing.
You're too familiar. Find out how much that can take. So fast.
All right, if you have been married for 1 year or less, please step off of the dance floor.
Left foot, let's stop. Freeze! Everybody clap your hands.
Even white boys got to shout. great rest of the night. Thank you again.
As you can see, I'm loaded up, super sweaty. Wedding went fantastic. I think the bride and groom was really happy I didn't get to talk to him at the end of the night. They had to jump on the shuttle. But it's funny, I've been talking about having nerves the whole day, you know. To be honest with you, as soon as we got through the formalities, as soon as I was here and set up and everything, and I knew I had all my equipment, the nerves just go away as soon as like those things that were making you nervous get checked off. So, you know, from showing up, getting your equipment set up, getting through the introduction and the speeches and everything, you know, when the unknown, the fear of the unknown is handled, it's like becomes second nature. So if you're a new DJ, just know that nerves are part of it, and they will subside, and it will make you better at your craft. So anyways, I'm signing off. I'm gonna drive home now. Got about an hour, and I got another wedding tomorrow, so I will see you tomorrow.